Alright, we're gonna try to do a fire with natural stuff today. This blew down, this branch blew down onto our porch, so I'm gonna try to process this down. I do have a little bit of fat wood here. We might try to use some of that, see how it works. First things first, I want to process this. We want to get this wood processed down, so obviously the outside of this is very wet. So we're probably not going to get too much as far as dry material out of this. But obviously, once we get down through that bark, you're going to start getting into some drier stuff. So the whole processing part is very important, because you do want to make sure you're using dry material. Wet stuff will not light. There we go. Alright, so now we're starting to hit the dry stuff. Alright, I'll pull these over here. Wish I had something dry to kneel on here, but unfortunately, well, that'll work. It's just my shoe. Alright. So, basically, if you can reach, and this is obviously a very small branch, but if you can reach some of that dry stuff, break that shit off. Reach some of that dry stuff, right? At this point, I would say use the spine as like a scraper once you reach that dry stuff. Just use it to scrape, because this is going to give you the finest material, but you need that dry wood, otherwise you're not going to get it. Alright, so you get a little pile of that. I don't know if you guys can, probably can't see that, but move that into a shadow here. Let's get some dry stuff here. We're going to get a little bit more. Again, using that 90-degree spine. See all that nice build-up right there. Get that into a nice fine pile. We do have a little bit of a breeze coming in. So we're going to try to guard our pile here. And again, this is why we practice this in real-world scenarios, because it is not always going to be nice and beautiful outside. Sometimes it's going to be shitty out. So you got to practice this stuff in all environments. Make sure you guys can get it down. Alright, let's get back to it. Now I can't start a fucking crazy fire up here. Obviously I am in front of my apartment, so this is just for demonstration purposes, just to show you how to get that really fine tinder out of a wet piece of wood. Like I said, this blew down in the storm. Everything up here is soaked. I mean, I could probably squeeze this out and get water. Everything up here is wet. So we're gonna get our ferro rod out. I gotta make a new case for this thing. It's way too hard to get out of there. Oh yeah, we can get some sparks out of that bad Larry. Come on, get a decent spark in here. Seems like every time I go to do this, that breeze comes whipping in. Here we are, guys. We got some flame. I hope you guys can see that. You got a little fire going here. Alright, I gotta put this out though. Alright. Just wanted you guys to see it is possible to get natural tinders lit without fire plugs, without fat wood. As long as it's processed correctly, you can get that fire going. It takes patience, perseverance. You don't give up on it. We're going to be doing this in cold weather as well. I mean, obviously right now we're kind of having a weird January thaw where it feels like spring right now. But everything's wet. It's been raining like crazy. So this is, I guess, a demonstration of how to do it with wet wood. You get down into that dry stuff and work your tinder with that 90-degree spine. Like I said, it's super easy. I mean, you're literally scraping it with the spine of your knife, you know, and then you come up with this pile here. This is like fine dust. That stuff will ignite so fast. But again, you want to have a really decent pile of it before you decide to go lighten it. You want to make sure you have enough material for it to catch. So with that being said, don't give up on it. Keep practicing, keep pushing. These are skills that we should technically be practicing daily, because these things do take a lot of practice. So definitely just keep sticking to it, keep practicing. You guys will get it down.